everyone, in this video we're going to make the first part of the Patch of Posies crochet square. It's called an overlay crochet pattern and it has lots of intricate little bibs and bobs that creates a really pretty square in the end. For this square I have used Stylecraft Special DK or 8-ply yarn, a 4mm hook, and of course your trusty darning needle and scissors.
This pattern is worked in US terminology.
This square was made during playing a game with my friend Tess from Sisters in Stitch, and the game was called What Were You Thinking? It's played by one person doing the first round, the next person doing the second, the next person doing the third, and so on and so on. You have absolutely no idea what your partner's going to come up with, and sometimes it's a real shock because you wonder, what am I going to do next to work on this pattern? But it's a really fun game and it comes out with some beautiful outcomes. I hope you'll enjoy this square. Starting our Patch of Posies square, I'm going to do a double magic loop because I've had other single ones come undone in the past. So yarn around your fingers twice, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through. Now for round one, we're going to do 2 double crochet together, chain 1, 8 times. So let's do another chain, and that can pretend to be your first double crochet. Yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So that's our first one, chain 1. Now we'll do it for real. Yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 and leave it there. Yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Now you've got 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 3, chain 1. So that's 2 clusters done. We'll do a third cluster, chain 1, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through all 3, chain 1. That's 4 clusters. Now let's keep going with these. 5, 6, 7, 8, chain 1. Now taking your work off your hook, pulling this loose yarn end, whichever loop cinches in, you now need to pull it all the way out so the other loop goes in. Once the other loop's in tight, then pull your yarn end. All loops are done. I am going to snip off my yarn and darn my yarn ends in with an invisible finish. I'm going to be changing colour each round, so not under the first V but under the second V here. Can you hear that spar running? Would you believe the timing? I would. I had a plane flying low a minute ago. You often have to sit and wait for silence when filming videos, I find. Okay, I'm going to sew in all these yarn ends and I'll get back to you in a minute. Round 2 is going to be in any space, 2 single crochet, 3 chain, 2 single crochet, and then front post single crochet around the cluster. So choosing any space on your first round, it doesn't have to be where you ended. Slip stitch on your hook, doing a standing single crochet into any space. That's 1 and 2, 2, 3 chains, 1 and 2 single crochet. Now we're doing a front post single crochet around that cluster. Let's go again. 1 and 2 single crochet, 1, 2, 3 chain, 1 and 2 single crochet in the same spot. Now we're taking your hook around the back of that cluster, pulling a loop through, yarn over and pull through 2. That's a front post single crochet. Going again, single crochet 1 and 2, chain 1, 2, 3, single crochet 1 and 2, hook around the back of the cluster, pulling up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and that's your front post single crochet. So let's work these 2 single crochet, 3 chain, 2 single crochet, 1 front post single crochet, 2 single crochet, chain 3, 2 single crochet, hook around the back of that cluster, pulling a loop through, yarn over and pull through both. That's your front post single crochet. 2 clusters, chain 3, 2 clusters, popping your hook behind the cluster, pulling a loop around, yarn over, pull through 2. 2 clusters, chain 3, not clusters, 2 single crochet, chain 3, 3 chain, 2 single crochet, front post single crochet around the cluster. Now last little space, 2 single crochet, chain 3, 2 single crochet, and now we need to do a front post single crochet around that very last cluster, and there we're done. I'm just going to go and sew my yarn ends in and I'll be back. Round 3 is going to be double crochet into the front post single crochet here, chain 1, double crochet. Then we're going to do a back post single crochet around the second single crochet. I think I'll just talk you through the whole round. It's a little bit tricky because it's tight in there. Pop a slip stitch on your hook, yarn over for a standing double crochet. So in the V right above that front post single crochet, do a double crochet in there, a chain 1, and now another double crochet into that same space. Skipping the first single crochet here, we're going to do a back post single crochet around the second one, chaining 1 and skipping those 3 chains. We're going to back post around the first single crochet. Now we're going to go back to our double crochet into the top of the front post single crochet from the last round, chain 1, double crochet again into that same spot. Now we're going to back post single crochet around the second, 1, 2, single crochet, oops, chain 1, now back post single crochet around the next single crochet, yarn over, double crochet into the top of the front post single crochet from the row before, chain 1, double crochet into that same spot again, back post single crochet not around the first but around the second single crochet, chain 1, back post around the very next single crochet, yarn over, double crochet into the top of that front post single crochet, chain 1, double crochet again into that same space, back post single crochet around the second single crochet there, chain 1, now back post single crochet around the next single crochet, yarn over, double crochet into the top of that front post single crochet from the row before, chain 1, double crochet again into that same chain space. Now we're doing a back post single crochet around the second single crochet, chain 1, back post single crochet around the next single crochet, yarn over, double crochet into the top of the front post single crochet from the row before, chain 1, yarn over and double crochet again into that same space, back post single crochet into the second single crochet, chain 1, back post single crochet into the next single crochet, yarn over, double crochet into the top of that front post single crochet from the row before, chain 1, double crochet into the same spot, back post single crochet into the second single crochet, chain 1, back post single crochet into the next single crochet, yarn over, double crochet into the top of the front post single crochet from the row below, chain 1, front post, double crochet. Now we do a front post single crochet around the second single crochet, chain 1, front post single crochet around the next single crochet. Now I'm going to weave my yarn ends in and meet you back here. Round 4, we're going to be working into every chain 1 space and leave everything else alone. So there's a chain 1 between the double crochet and there's a chain 1 behind this little 3 chain loop. So to make it easier, pull your little 3 chain loop out so it's right out of the way, doesn't get caught on anything. There we go, that's better. Right out of the way. So picking up your yarn, slip stitch on the hook. We're going to do a standing double crochet into the chain 1 space behind that 3 chain loop. Okay, so double crochet there, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1. Now in this V-stitch where there's a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, we're going to do a puff stitch. So we're going to go over 4 times, 1, 2, 3 and 4 loops, another loop on your hook and pull through all of them, yarn over, pull through to secure that puff, then chain 1, Now we're going to do a double crochet behind that chain 3 loop. Chain 1, double crochet back in the same space, chain 1. Yarn over into this V-stitch, which is the next one along. We're going to pull up 4 loops, or pull up loops 4 times. 1, 2, 3 and 4, yarn over, pull through all loops, yarn over, pull through 1 and 1 chain. Back to the double crochet behind that 3 chain loop. Chain 1, double crochet, chain 1. Now our puff stitch into the next V-stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, 1, 2, 3 and 4, yarn over, pull through all, yarn over, pull through 1 and chain 1. Now we're doing a V-stitch in the little chain space behind the 3 chain loop. Double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1. Now our puff stitch into this V-stitch, 1, 2, 3 and 4, yarn over, pull through all the loops, yarn over, pull through 1 and 1 chain. Okay, V-stitch into the next chain space, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, puff stitch into the next V, yarn over, pull up a loop once, twice, 3, 4 times, yarn over, pull through them all, yarn over, pull through 1, now chain 1. Now a V-stitch into the next chain space, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1. Now we'll do our puff into the next V, 2, 3 and 4, chaining 1 after finishing off that puff stitch. Yarn over, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, yarn over, puff stitch 4 times, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through and a chain. Yarn over, double crochet into the next little chain space, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, puff stitch into the next one, and that's the last for this round, 2, 3 and 4, yarn over, pull through and chain 1. There we have it. It's looking good. Okay, time to weave in yarn ends. We're going to start off with the single crochet in one of your V-stitch spaces. So we're doing 1 and 2 single crochet, chaining 3 like we did before, 2 single crochet. In the next chain space we do 2 single crochet, skip the puff, 2 single crochet. Now we're into the V-stitch, so we're going to do 2 single crochet and 3 chain, 2 single crochet. Next space is 2 single crochet, skip the puff, 2 single crochet. Now we're in the V-stitch, so we're going to do 2 single crochet, chain 3 and 2 single crochet. Next chain space is 2 single crochet, skipping the puff, 2 single crochet in the next space, into the V-stitch we're going to do 2 single crochet, chain 3, 2 single crochet. Next space is 2 single crochet, skip the puff, 2 single crochet. Into the V-stitch, we're doing 2 single crochet, 3 chain, 2 single crochet. Next space is 2 single crochet. Skipping the puff, 2 single crochet, into the V-stitch with 2 single crochets, chaining 3, 2 single crochet. Into the next space, 2 single crochet, skipping the puff, 2 single crochet in the next space. Into the V-stitch, 2 single crochet, chain 3, 2 single crochet in that same space. Next space is 2 single crochet, skipping the puff. Next space, 2 single crochet. Now we're in the V-stitch doing 2 single crochet, 3 chain, 2 single crochet. Next space is 2 single crochet, skipping the puff, then 2 single crochets, and now we go away and weave in our yarn ends. Round 6, we're going to be working in this little space above the puff stitch from the previous round, round number 5. Then we're coming over here where you've got the 3 chain loop. We're going to work into and around the top of the V-stitch from the stitch below. So that's just going to be a slip stitch into there. Then back over here above the puff. All right, so let's grab our yarn, slip stitch on the hook, yarning over because we're going to do 5 double crochet and 5 chain above the puff stitch. So that's 1 and a chain, 2 and a chain, 3 and a chain, 4 and a chain, and 5 and a chain. Now sneaking over to the top of this V-stitch and below that 3 chain loop. We're just doing a slip stitch in there. Chain 1. Now back to the top of the puff stitch. We're doing a double crochet, chain 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, chain 1, and now we're coming across to the top of this V-stitch. Fold round 5 down if you like, so you can get around that chain 1 space, doing a slip stitch and a chain 1. See how you can just see the yarn from round 6 peeping through. Now double crochet into above the puff stitch, chain 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 times, chain 1. Now we're coming V-stitch from round 5, moving round 6 behind. We're going to slip stitch, pull that yarn through and chain 1. Now above the puff stitch again, doing a double crochet. Okay, we've done 5 double crochets, chain 1. Now we're going to do a slip stitch around round 4 in between the loops of round 5, chain 1, yarn over. Now double crochet into the top of the puff stitch, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4. We want 5 of these, and chain 1. Now doing the slip stitch again in between round 5 and around round 4's chain 1 there. Chain 1, yarn over into the top of the puff stitch with a DC and a chain 1 5 times. 3, 4 and 5, chain 1, slip stitching again around the V stitch of round 4 in between round 5, chain 1 into the top of the puff stitch with a double crochet, chain 1, 2, 3 double crochet, chain 1, 4, oops, there goes the ball of yarn, and 5, chain 1. Now a slip stitch around that V stitch of round 4, chaining 1, double crochet into the top of the puff stitch, chain 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, chain 1. Now slip stitch again around that V stitch from round 4 in between the stitches from round 5, chain 1, double crochet into the top of the puff and chain 1. That's 2, 3, 4 and 5, chain 1, slip stitch again around the V stitch of number 4 and in between the stitches of number 5, chain 1. And now it's time to snip off the work and weave the yarn ends in. Pop a slip stitch on your hook, yarn over, getting ready for a double crochet 2 together. So yarn over, hook through the loop, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 and leave the other 2 on your hook. Yarn over, through the loop, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Now you've got 3 on your hook. Yarn over, pull through all those 3. Chain 1. Do another cluster, yarn over, hook through the loop, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Leaving 2 on your hook. Yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. You've got 3 on your hook. Yarn over, pull through all 3. Chain 1. Now another cluster, pulling up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, pulling up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, pull through all 3. Chain 1. Now your last cluster, pull through all 3 and we're going to chain 2. Now single crochet into the top of the 1, 2, third double crochet. Chain 2. Now we're going to do another one of these little fans made out of clusters into this next 3 chain loop. So yarn over, pulling up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, pulling up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, pull through all 3. Chain 1. Making another double crochet together cluster. Chain 1. This is your third cluster here. Chain 1 and your fourth. Chain 2. Now we're going over to this little fan and doing a single crochet into the top of the third double crochet. Chain 2. Yarn over, getting ready to make double crochet 2 togethers. pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through all 3, chain 1. Second double crochet together, chain 1. Third double crochet together, chain 1. And fourth double crochet together, chain 2. Now a single crochet into the top of the third double crochet. Hang on, this one's a bit tricky. There we go. No, I missed it again. Okay, let's do a single crochet into the top of the third double crochet, chain 2, yarn over, pulling up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pulling up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 3, chain 1. Doing another double crochet together, cluster, chain 1, double crochet, 2 together, chain 1. Now we're up to our fourth, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through all 3. Now we have 4, chaining 2, single crochet into the top of the fan, chaining 2. I'll do one more with you before we go off and finish off our round. Yarn over, hook through the loop, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, hook through the loop, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, pull through all 3, chain 1. This is our second double crochet, 2 together. Third and a chain, fourth and 2 chains. Now a single crochet into the top of the third double crochet, 2 chains. Now I'm going to go off and finish this round and I will meet you back here soon. Let's sew in this yarn end together so I can show you something. Along the top of your crochet work you will find what looks like little V's. Okay, so there's a front loop and a back loop. Now when you want to sew your yarn ends in to make an invisible finish, you don't want to go under the first V. Always aim for the second one. So popping your needle under that little V, pulling that tight. Now going back where you came from, so I'm going to go back into this chain so that it creates the same looking little V that would ordinarily be there. So now you can't tell that there's been a start or a finish. Now it's a matter of neatly weaving away your yarn ends through the back of your work. Go a few different directions and at least once break through the yarn. If you know what that means, I make it so that I'm going into the very center of the yarn itself, because breaking through those threads helps to hold your yarn ends tight. Go back this other way. Then I'm going to go into the bottom of this fan, nicely around there. And I'll go back again, and that will do that one. Then I'll show you what we do with the other. We work at our best to make it look like nothing has ever happened. So you can see we've made the new V over the top of the very first one. So we need to do something with this yarn end. Popping it on your hook. What I like to do is take it into the place where your last yarn end came from, so that your work looks seamless. I've pulled the second yarn end through the chains that were made next to the cluster, and now you can't tell that that little knot and yarn end, beginning yarn end, has even been there. So I find it always best to take it into your work from whence you came. So darning that in to the right side of your work where you've completed it. Gee, I hope that helps. That little explanation, I'm trying to explain how I do it. And then just weave it away as you would normally. Is your start and your finish, and you would never know. And that's number 7 done. Right here, we're up to round 8 next. This one is best taken nice and slow. You're going to do single crochets in those 2 chain spaces, a front post single crochet over this single crochet, 2 more single crochets here, then we're doing a front post half double crochet around the cluster, single crochet in between. Now it sounds difficult, but it really isn't. Let's go through this one together. Popping a slip stitch on your hook, picking up your work, finding the little 2 chain space either side of that single crochet on your fan. So we're doing 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet. Now we're going around the back of the single crochet from the last row. Pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through 2. So you've just done a front post single crochet. Now 2 more single crochets. This time yarn over, because you're going to make a front post half double crochet. So yarn over, hook around the cluster, picking up a loop. Now you've got 3 on your hook. Yarn over, pull through all 3 at the same time. Now doing a single crochet between the clusters. Now a half double crochet front post. So pulling up a loop around your hook, taking your hook around the cluster, pulling up another loop, yarn over, pull through all 3. Another single crochet in between the clusters. Yarn over, popping your hook behind the cluster, pulling up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3. Single crochet in between the clusters. Yarn over for a half double crochet, hook around the cluster, pulling up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3. Now it's just 2 simple single crochet. Now we do single crochet front post, so we're taking our hook behind that single crochet, pulling up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Now 2 single crochets. We're back to our little cluster fan, so yarn over, taking your hook around the back of the cluster, pulling up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3. Single crochet in the middle, yarn over, hook around the cluster, pulling up a loop, yarn over, pull through 3. Single crochet between the clusters, yarn over, hook around the clusters, pulling up a loop, yarn over, pull through 3. Single crochet, yarn over, hook around behind the cluster, yarn over, pull up a loop and pull through 3. Okay, 2 single crochets into that 2 chain space, front post single crochet around the single crochet below, 2 single crochets, yarn over. We're doing a half double crochet front post around this cluster, yarn over, pull through all 3, single crochet in between, yarn over, pop your hook behind that cluster, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3, single crochet in between, yarn over, hook behind the cluster, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3, single crochet, and another front post half double crochet. Now we're up to the space for 2 single crochets and a front post single crochet around the single crochet on the row below. 2 single crochets, yarn over for a half double yarn over for a half double crochet front post, so hook behind the cluster, pulling up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3, single crochet in between, yarn over, hook behind the cluster, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3, single crochet, yarn over, hook behind the cluster, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3, single crochet, yarn over, hook behind the cluster, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3. Okay, now we're doing 2 single crochet. Now is a front post single crochet and 2 single crochet. Next is a half double crochet front post, single crochet, front post half double crochet, single crochet, front post half double crochet, single crochet, front post half double crochet, 2 single crochet, front post single crochet, 2 single crochet, yarn over for your front post half double crochet, single crochet, front post half double crochet, single crochet, front post half double crochet, single crochet, front post half double crochet. Now 2 single crochet, front post single crochet, there's a bit going on in this round, isn't there? Now a front post single crochet, 2 single crochet, front post half double crochet, single, front post half double crochet, single, front post half double crochet, single, front post half double crochet, 2 single crochets, front post single crochet, 2 single crochets, front post half double crochet, single crochet, front post half, single crochet, front post half, single crochet, front post half, and there's the end. It snuck up on us nice and quickly. We did that one well. Okay, weave in your yarn ends and we'll head on off to the next round. The next round is round 9 and we're going to begin squaring off our octagon. Now we're going to begin in any of your front post half double crochet stitches, okay? So slip stitch on your hook, yarn over, and we're going to do a double crochet in the top of that stitch. Now another double crochet in the next, a half double crochet in the next, and another half double crochet in the next, Now we're doing 3 single crochets, 2 and 3, and you will find here that you've used up all the stitches on what looks like this pretty little flower. Now we're going to skip 2 stitches and chain 2, so skipping these single crochets, then front post single crochet around the one below, chain 2, skipping 2 single crochets. Now we're going to do the opposite of what we did. We do 3 single crochets and 3, 2 half double crochets, then 2 double crochets. Now we do something special. We're going to chain 2, skipping 2 stitches, those single crochets, and we're going to do a V-stitch into the top of this front post single crochet. So yarn over to the top of the stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Now chaining 3 and double crochet again back into that same space. Chain 2, skipping those 2 and starting again with our double crochet, second double crochet, 2 half double crochets and 3 single crochets. And there we have finished the stitches above that little flower again. Here you can see the corner starting to form. So now we need to go across this time. So chaining 2, skipping 2 stitches, front post single crochet around the front post single crochet below, chaining 2, skipping 2 stitches. Now starting at the very start of your front post half double crochets here, we're going to go in with a single crochet and 2 more. Now 2 half double crochets, 2 double crochets and chain 2. We're going to skip those 2 stitches and do a large V-stitch into the top of that single crochet front post below. So a double crochet, chain 3, double crochet. Now chain 2 and skipping those stitches. Now we recommence above the front post half double crochet by starting this time with a double crochet. That's 1 and 2. Half double crochet times 2, 3 single crochets, chaining 2, skipping 2. This time we're going to front post single crochet around the one below, chain 2, skipping 2 stitches, starting up again with 3 single crochet, 2 half double crochet and 2 double crochet. Now we're going to do another corner, so chain 2, skipping. Now after we finish the 2 double crochets, we're going to do 2 chain, skipping the 2 single crochets, yarn over to do a double crochet, chain 3 and double crochet, chain 2, skipping those 2 stitches, starting back at the front post half double crochets with another double crochet and another, 2 half double crochets, 3 single crochets. After the 3 single crochets, we do 2 chains, a front post single crochet, 2 more chains, skipping 2 stitches and doing 3 single crochet, 2 half double crochet and 2 double crochet, chain 2. We're going to skip those stitches down below and do a large V-stitch into this front post single crochet, chain 3, double crochet, chain 2, and now it's time to finish off our round and work our yarn ends. Now we have a square and we're up to round 10, but round 10 are little independent rounds, so you've got 4 separate rounds in each of the corners. So that means doing in a few more extra yarn ends. Starting with a slip stitch on your hook. Find the place on top of the very last double crochet before your corner, doing a slip stitch into the top of it there. Now we're going to do 6 double crochets with a chain in between each. So starting with one chain, 2 and a chain, 3 and a chain, 4 and a chain, 5 and a chain, and 6. And then all you do is slip stitch into the top of the next double crochet at the end of that corner. And there you have a little independent round. So I'll snip that off, pull that through. Now we're going to do that on each corner. Let's go again. Slip stitch on the hook, finding the very last double crochet here on this side, yarn over. Oh no, we're doing a slip stitch into the top of that double crochet. Now we're doing a yarn over and into that corner space. It's 1 and a chain, 2 and a chain, 3 and a chain, 4 and a chain, 5 and a chain, and 6. And now we're going to slip stitch into the top of that first double crochet, snipping off that end. We may as well do the other 2 together as well, getting some more yarn. Slip stitching into the top of that double crochet, yarn over and into that V-stitch corner, double crochet and 1 chain, double crochet and 2, that's 3, 4, 5, and last double crochet over to the first double crochet from the round below, slip stitching into there and snipping that off. 1 more. So these are called independent rounds. They're not something you come across. So these are called independent rounds. They're not something you come across a lot unless you do Jen Tyler's beautiful patterns, like the high tea block, which I made earlier this year and loved every minute of it. That's 3, 4, 5, chain and 6 double crochets, slip stitch into the top of that double crochet. And there we have 4 corners. I'm not going to weave these yarn ends in just yet. I'm going to see what the next round brings, to see if there's an easy way of disguising them. Okay, this round 10 is the last round I'm going to do in part 1. So we've worked 10 rounds together, and as soon as I've got this one up on YouTube, I will be able to create the next half. So it's going to be 6 rounds of making the square bigger. It's a 20 centimetre by 20 centimetre square.